This is Daily Dose of Daryl from the People's Motivation Bureau, bringing you something positive, professional, and quite personal most every day. This is Top 10 in the year 2024. You know, I used to watch the late night shows. I love the comedy. And at the end of the year, they would have the top 10. And now the top 10 stories of the year. Well, since then, most all of the programs have done the same thing. Now, the next couple of days, everybody's looking at the top 10 stories of the year. I decided to look back at my life in 2024 and pick out the top 10 stories. Well, we're going to do that in this Daily Dose. I guess this will be the last episode for the year. Number 10, health. You know, taking care of my health has been a priority through the years, and I saw my father's health challenges and the genes he had that he gave me, and throughout the years I've worked on my health by constantly exercising and eating the right things and avoiding poisonous substances like smoke or alcohol. And now it seems that my idea of health is propping up the parts that are leaning, fixing the parts that are broken, and replacing the parts that are worn out. This is my little joke, kinda. I'm working my way around to all my body parts, whether it's my teeth or my ears, my eyes, my back, my gallbladder, or the lack thereof now of a gallbladder, whatever it might be. But this year, the number 10 story was my health, because I realize it's still very important to take care of whatever you have left and tie a knot and hang on to your health. Number 9, travel. I wasn't planning on any trips this year, but I had points to use them by the end of the year, so I took 2 flights. One, I went down south where I traced my ancestry back to Elam Cemetery, where my grandmother and a couple of generations back, along with my grandfather, started one of the first schools in South Alabama along with a church. This next year will be 100 years old for that church, and my grandmother's name was on the roll, and my great-great-grandmother that started the church is buried near there in an old cemetery. So I hope to travel back there maybe this next year and possibly even say a few words to the people there. Also, I made a trip out west to see my oldest son where he works and the types of things he works on. Even got to ride a motorcycle with him. That was certainly a highlight during those trips. Plus, during my trips, I stopped back by the town where I was born, and believe it or not, they had a reunion, and I got to see some of the people I grew up with, and that was definitely one of the top stories of the year for me. Number 8, home. Taking care of the house has been a real joy this year, from cutting the grass, working in the gardens, working with the flowers, the trees, the decorations, enhanced insulation, various things that we're able to do throughout the year. It was a real pleasure. Rhonda and I both really had a great time working together on the yard and home. Home is what you make it. We are so grateful to God to have this house where we can make a home here in this new location. Number 7, provide magic shows, seminars, art docent work, events. Throughout the year, lots of opportunities came my way. From having magic shows for children to business people, scouts, art shows, plus being a docent at the Art Center, all of these ways to help keep me alive, creating and sharing. So what I have discovered that my major purpose in life is to really follow my leader, the one who gave me life, who saved me, who has done everything to provide for me. And I love sharing that good news. And I love finding creative ways to do it. I really believe that I've been blessed with a lot of success and a lot of opportunities because I make that my top priority of connecting His Spirit with other people. Number 6, fire events and duties. I have shifted away from running fire calls when I was 74, but I'm still connected with the fire department through the chaplaincy program and also through special events and even out into the community events, whether I'm taking Tony the firefighter puppet, don't tell him I said that, out on National Night Out or other events that we have at the fire station. Occasionally I'm called upon to simply help with other tasks at the fire department. And in that role of service, it's been a true blessing for me through the years. Plus, it's also been an additional way of connecting my ministry to others out into the community. Number 5, pastoral care to health facilities. It's been a pleasure to be called upon this past year to visit patients, not only locally, but also to hospitals around the state, plus to various nursing homes and rehab facilities, to some facilities that aren't health in nature, but also residential in nature. Baptizing and serving through the Eastern North Carolina Association and my continued ordination really has been quite rewarding. Number 4, HOA, events, festivals, expansion, optic fiber, and professional groups. One of the things I've discovered in the Homeowners Association is that we have something going on all the time. All around us are festivals and music and vegetable markets with craft items and art. The local professional groups that I share in have Zoom events. One thing that took place in March that I'm sure you saw the fire from my candles was to have my 75th birthday cake. Anyway, it's a joy and pleasure to be able to continue to have the gift of life after all these decades and to share that with others in so many ways. And recently, fiber optics came into the area with their underground cables. Now, just about everywhere you look, everything's going underground with very fast communication systems. It's quite exciting. Number 3, funerals and grief counseling. Throughout the year, I had a good number of funerals I was called upon to officiate. Some of these people I have known for a long time, and some called upon me through the funeral home. I was able to respond to each one of these. I took the time to talk with family members and friends to get in-depth views of this life that this person had lived, and for it to be lifted up again because they deserve that dignity and respect of having their story told. And it was an honor and a real pleasure to be able to facilitate that for many people this year. Number 2, the survival of my son Lewis from a tragic wreck. He and his bike club took a lunch trip of about 3 hours out of town back in May, and there was a defective place in the pavement on the interstate. It threw him against the wall for about a half a mile or more, then flipped him, ending up breaking 2 ankles and a shoulder. He had road rash about 2 inches deep over his body. He was in the hospital for a few months, then rehab, and eventually back home. He still has one more surgery to go, but that was a real blessing that his life was spared. It could have ended right there. I'm so grateful for that miracle. I'm so thankful for his years of service in the Navy and the way he continues to give back to other people in his life's work as a motorcycle mechanic. After 3 years of training, he graduated and was trained to work on various models of motorcycles. It was a highlight to spend time with him, to become familiar with his area. I'm so delighted he's doing so much better now. And the number 1 top 10 story of the year is, drum roll, not a really good drum, was it? Daily spiritual meditation and growth. I have Bibles that go back to about 1956 when I got them, and I have them all in between, from the King James to the New English, the New International. I have things online. I have devotional books. All of these things I read, and then even other things that continue to come up. I've set up a discipline called Daily Dose of Darrell, one every day. I begin each day with some meditation and study, and then at some point I look to take whatever is placed on my heart and mind and spirit, and then be able to put that into the form of a motion picture that I edit and publish. These daily doses of Darrell have now expanded to over the 4-year mark. I have hundreds of them for the public. It's to help others both now and down the road, but most of all, it's helped me. So, my number 1 story of the year is to every day continue to stay plugged in to my source of energy, light, and good news, which for me is my God, my Creator, and the power of His Spirit that has been physically seen here on earth through His Son, Jesus Christ. So, Happy New Year to all y'all out there. What's your top 10 for this past year? And what's it going to be for the coming year? God bless you. This is Darrell R. Peebles, the man behind the microphone, bringing you something positive each day from the Peebles Motivation Bureau, both positive, personal, and professional. Remember, there are 3 divisions: digital, real life, and print. But in the digital, we have not only the YouTube channel, but the website, Zoom events, and much more. In the real life, we do pulpit supply, funerals, weddings, magic shows, keynote speakers, and more. And in the print division, not only books, but magazine articles, newspapers, and custom artwork. Locally ordered books from me can get signatures and special discount. This one is already out and about, helping others. Churches and pastors have special discounts. I appreciate you, your ideas and support. Keep them coming. These are other areas that I might be able to help you, and these are my contact points. This is Daily Dose of Daryl, responding to the free and gracious gift of God. I am using humor, the art of illusion, modern technology, and decades of serving God and communities to work every day to uncover the beauty in all people and experiences coming my way, endeavoring to educate, entertain, and inspire. Each dose on this channel can help move us toward a better, healthier, and more informed mind, body, and spirit. I'm excited to be a small part of the expanding of our capacity to learn, love, and forgive, and together leave this world a better place for all. God bless you.